Well, I was hoping for a bit of a respite out here on the lake. However, it's like, oh my God, it's boiling hot out here. And I have already had, look at these lovely animals. I've already had 2 bouts of heat stroke since I arrived here. One time necessitating calling an ambulance. Part of the problem is allergies, humidity, mold and mildew, which this region is well known for, and just really activated my cough and my asthma, and wow, it's just been a really tough couple of months here. However, hello birds. However, I am coming to the tail end of my trip. It's the first time in the States in 7 years. And I was actually contemplating the possibility of moving back here, but most of my friends are here. My ex-husband is here, who I'm very, very fond of, and we're very close. But I don't know. I just not sure I want to move back here for a multitude of reasons. Look at these birds. Far more interesting than anything I have to say. So it's been a very, very, very difficult couple of months in terms of accommodations being like so expensive. I guess everybody lost money during COVID, so they're all making up for it by upping their prices for Airbnbs, for hotels, for inns. And unless you want to go and stay in a dive somewhere, you're going to end up paying at least $200 a night. And that's the bottom rung. Goes up obviously much higher. And it's the high season as well. Jacob's Pillow Dance Festival, the Tanglewood Music Festival, Shakespeare Festival, Opera Festival. It's all happening now. So they can get away with charging extortionate prices, and I guess people are willing to pay. I spent 31 nights sleeping in my rental car, which was quite an interesting experience. I've never slept in a car before, except driving from Switzerland to England on a couple of occasions, where I parked myself in the vineyards in France with my dogs, and there we slept in the vineyards, champagne vineyards, so I guess that's a notch up. And 31 days in the car, it was doable, but it was a little bit unsettling due to the heat. I made sure to park in places that were shady and cooled down at night, so that definitely made a big difference. But alas, it had to be done. Now I'm in this lovely inn on Laurel Lake for a few more days, and then I go to another inn in West Stockbridge, somewhere I used to stay every year with my dogs. And that will be coming up on the weekend, so looking forward to that. And then Monday heading to New York City for a few nights before sailing back across the Atlantic, the great big pond, to Germany. What's very interesting, though, is that the ship normally goes direct transatlantic, but this time it's stopping in Rhode Island, Newport, Rhode Island for one day, and Boston for one day, and then travels over to Southampton in England for the day, and then on to Hamburg. So it's actually quite a long sailing. It's a 10-day sailing as opposed to the usual 7-day sailing. But it's going to be, I hope, more relaxing than the last couple of months here, which have been extremely difficult in terms of heat. And I was quite disappointed to find out that everything is as expensive as Switzerland, despite contrary opinions which dictate that the U.S. is less expensive than Switzerland. Not true. Maybe food is a little bit less expensive. If you go out to dinner, you pay maybe a third less than you would in Switzerland. But most everything else, grocery items, etc., are pretty on par with the very, very high cost of living in Europe at this stage. So I'm going to sign off for now. I'm going to walk around a little bit more and look at these lovely birds. Maybe I'll just sit over here for a minute. Yeah, so I'm going to really hope to pick this channel up in a little bit more detail once I'm on the ship. It's just been too hot, really, for anything constructive to be done in the last weeks. But hopefully things will improve, and I will start to feel a little bit better once the temperatures cool down. I just feel sorry for all the animals which are suffering with this heat around the world. Not just here, but around the world. It's a real shame what we've done to this planet, and the cause and effect that it's caused, our mishandling of this beautiful, beautiful planet, which is so bountiful and gives us so much, and yet we trash it. Anyway, that's my talk for today. And I will be back very soon. Hope you're all staying cool. Much love.